Hey y'all, welcome to my October favorites. I don't think that Lucky's gotten the memo that it's quiet on set, so let me just go put him in the yard. Hold on. Alright y'all, I'm back. Can we just give a big round of applause to Mother Nature and her innate ability to crank out some beautiful colors? We are so blessed in the fall, y'all. We have crisp air, apple cider, dead leaves, consumerism. Beautiful. We're here for fall favorites, and a favorites video is what you'll get. So I'm going to break this up into a few different sections. I have my notes here. We have entertainment, atmosphere, and fashion. Let's start with my favorite, entertainment. First, fall film favorites. Practical Magic is a very practical choice. There's 90s witches, so the fall vibes are baked right in there. It was released in 1998, so you know that the movie is superb. I was born in 1998. And there's the added spookiness of the curse of the Owens women and an egomaniac brought back to life. But it's brought down by the fairy tale of Sally's dream man made a reality. There's even a black cat, y'all. Edward Scissorhands. Oh, come on. Winona Ryder and Johnny Depp. It's a bop. I think that's still hip to you. I watched it for the first time. I know, I'm late. I watched it for the first time last year, and it was fantastic. I watched it 5 times last season. I was a little scared to dip my toe in because I don't really like horror films, but it is funny. The characters are a little screwy, and that's actually why I added it in. The colors are a little dark, the personalities are a little off, and it's a little bit creepy. Perfect for fall, y'all. Witches of Eastwick, another witchy film. This one is set in the 80s, so the witchy feel is a little less fashionable if you ask me. It's still wonderful. Susan Sheridan's in it, but Cher, Jack Nicholson, and Michelle Pfeiffer make up for that little casting mistake. Nicholson, actually, he does Sex Obsessed and Screw Loose so well, not to get off topic, but he plays the same watered down version in One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest. That's not in my fall recommendations. I'm new to this. Let's get back to the Witches of Eastwick. There's a mysterious wind, evil spawns, and good wins in the end, y'all. When Harry Met Sally. I just watched this film, y'all. Wow. The fall vibes peppered throughout. It spanned over a decade plus, but I swear it feels like fall the whole time. Not to mention a young Billy Crystal and Meg Ryan. Are you kidding me? That's not fall related, but it's a nice added bonus. New York City in the fall time though. Delicious. Now we're gonna move on to books. Alright y'all, don't be mad at me, but this isn't fall related, so if you would just skip to this timestamp below if hearing about non-autumnal media will send you into a homicidal rage. Alright, now that they're gone, I had to put these in. I had to. Breakfast of Champions by Kurt Vonnegut, published in 1973. Let me just read this to you. I can't tell if you're serious or not, said the driver. I won't know if I'm serious myself until I find out whether life is serious or not, said Trout. It's dangerous, I know, and it can hurt a lot, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's serious, too. Are you kidding me? This sent me. Oh, and The Bedwetter, Sarah Silverman, published in 2010. I have this little excerpt for you. He just held me quietly and then asked only, "What does it feel like?" It was the first time I was prompted to articulate. I thought about it and then said, "I feel homesick." Now, she was talking about her anxiety, and excuse me, what? I've been living with anxiety since I was 8 years old, and I can explain to you what it feels like physically, what's happening in my body, but I have never been able to articulate quite like Miss Silverman does. You know, it's said that the younger generations are nostalgic obsessed. They're obsessed with the 90s and remaking old movies and such. And it's also said that the younger generations are the most anxious. And all I can say is maybe there's a connection there. No, maybe there's something to this that Ms. Silverman's saying about being anxious and feeling homesick, you know? So maybe, just maybe, this need for nostalgia is a search for a home that we once knew, that we once felt. Searching for a feeling of being at home in our body, you know? Feeling safe in our own skin. Anyways, so we're going to move on to mini music must. Obviously, the soundtrack to Practical Magic, it's the soundtrack's job to govern how we feel. So the soundtrack to Practical Magic, if you can't watch it right this very minute, wonderful stand-in. The soundtrack to Rocky Horror Picture Show. Now, I know I didn't add this to my movie list, which is a wonderful Halloween movie, but I just wouldn't put it in my top, if you know what I mean. And I think that it's a musical, so the music kind of encompasses what goes on in the movie perfectly well. The overtly sexual nature, creating a human, the servants who are the ones really holding the power are from another planet. I mean, if you can go to a showing and have a booklet with you and dress up and everything, I highly recommend doing that. But you don't really need to watch the movie. You can just listen to the soundtrack. Unless you've never seen the movie, you should at least watch the movie once, I would recommend. So if you've already seen the movie, just listen to the soundtrack. But if you've never seen the movie, at least watch it once. And then you can just listen to the soundtrack. Witch Doctor is the Halloween song. Not just fall, Halloween, which is in fall. Now, atmosphere. You have got to burn either a bonfire scented or an apple cinnamon flavored candle, and these have to be in warm tones because you don't want a blue candle summoning spirits. I mean, unless you do, that's just not the kind of fall that I'm looking for, if you know what I mean. But no judgment. Carve a pumpkin, put it on your front porch, and forget about it. The ultimate set it and forget it. The crock pot can't even compete. But if you're tired of dealing with rotten pumpkins on December 1st, set your reminder, and once it starts to get just a little smushy, you can just go put it in the compost. Or if you don't like that idea, you can paint your pumpkin instead, and it'll keep a lot longer if you don't cut into it. But if you're going to paint it, you might as well just buy a fake pumpkin, and then you can reuse it every year. So then you can save your money and your enjoyment for another fall activity. Get lost in a corn maze. Think about the color of the leaves and make sure that your house only reflects dead and dying leaves. We're looking for mustard yellow, burnt orange, maroon, any shade of brown. You can do a deep green like the few fortunate leaves that stay on the trees, but you want to stay away from blues, purples, pinks, blacks, any of the cooler tone colors, white. Now, fashion. Dark, smoky eyes. Now, if you're not good at makeup, that is the best part about it. The messier, the better. Remember that bit about dead and dying leaves? Well, you are now your house, and that's not just because you've eaten too many pumpkin spices and apple cinnamon danishes. Well, a little bit. But mostly because it's fall, y'all. If you're really committed, put some caramel tones in your hair or a deep auburn for true autumnal vibes. Thank you for watching. That's all I have for you today. And as they say, we're all a work in progress. Alright, Barry, go get me a coffee. And lunch from that spot down the street, please. Tell him not to put the dressing on the salad. Put it on the side. You're gonna make my eyelashes fall off. Stop it. I don't play with none of that.